Hey SYS fans, don't miss round 1 of the Professional MX Simulator Supercross Championship January 7th at 5 p.m. Pacific, live and only on Start Your Systems TV. Hey, what's up everybody, it's Kellen here from Start Your Systems and welcome to another MX Simulator tutorial video. Today I'm going to teach you guys sort of very quickly how to put just your number really on the bike. It's kind of a skinning tutorial, but not really. And first I'm just showing you tmfactoryracing.com here, where you can find all the bike templates. And then this bike template wasn't necessarily on TM Factor Racing, but it's our YZF template that Nate released on the forums a little while back that will be running in 2016. So I figured I would show you all a video in that. Once you download everything properly, you're going to have a folder that looks kind of like this. And it's pretty simple to go from here because you're just going to get the YZF diffuse PSD and open it up in Photoshop. And that's what this guy is. And you'll notice there's like a billion layers over here on the right side. So this is why this is really challenging, folks, because if you're a beginner of Photoshop, this is not the thing for you. You have no idea what you're about to do, so you should learn Photoshop before you even consider this. So what I highlighted here was the cutout, which is where you'll be drawing your graphics per se on the bike. And all I'm going to do today is basically just draw an outline of a number plate on the side plates and the the front number plate, and then putting numbers on it so that you guys can basically see a basic way to put your number on the bike and then save it out and everything. So what I'm doing here is with the pen tool on the cutout, I am drawing in what would be a white portion of the number plate around the cutout. And so I'm just taking my time drawing it in with the pen tool. You see the pen tool is selected on the left side toolbar. And once you come around and complete that, you're going to want to right click, make selection, hit OK. And then you go to here, and I kind of screwed up here because I forgot that Nate's layers are all a bunch of these weird files. So I went down to the cutout, highlighted all of the layers together, and merged them. See, I'm kind of confused here, like, oh, what's going on? And so I highlighted them all right there. There we go. And then merge, and then boom, they're all one layer. So then I can go back over here, right click, and then I do layer via copy. There you go. Good job, Kellen. And now I have this layer over here, and I'm going to double click it so that I pop up my editing window, which I'm editing off screen, but there it is. Okay, so I got color overlay, and I did it to gray, but I want it to white. And you'll notice it's a little off-white. That's because the shading is on top of this layer, and I'll show you what that shading is later. But here is just like fast motion, me doing this on the side plate, turning the cutout off, and then doing it on the front plate, turning the cutout off, so then you just have the base layer and then that one layer on top. Then doing the numbers on top of that, and just sizing them correctly, moving them into the right places, and then doing a little snazzy editing here to remove the little side numbers on the 52, and whammo, there you have your numbers on the bike. And now you can see I'm messing with the shading here. I'm turning shading on and off so you can see when it's darker. You want that shading file on eventually, but sometimes editing without the shading file is better. And then bam, next thing you want to know is how to save it out, and this is going to be included in the description. This is how you name every single one of the JMs and the norms and the specs and everything correctly. And so you see, you don't necessarily have to ride a Yamaha if you're going to run a Yamaha model. You can name the JM whatever you want to fit with the dyno. That's why you always say that everyone's running a Suzuki dyno. They're not on Suzukis, they're just running the dyno. So what I'm going to do here is save this out as a Suzuki, but it's technically going to end up a Yamaha. It looks like a Yamaha in game, but it's on the Suzuki dyno. Everybody runs a Suzuki dyno as far as I know on a 450 because it's got better curves and it's a faster bike. So the 450 riders like that extra power. And I just try to fit in with the norm. So what I'm doing here is naming it RMZ 450-Yamaha, I think I did Yamaha test, and then dash Kellen, I think is what I ended up going with, .png. And like I said, with the naming conventions, you have to do that right. So it has to be RMZ 450, and then a dash, and then the name of the bike, and then a dash, and then whatever you want after that. And that name of the bike is really important later when you get to this phase of everything, but you can see I'm going to open it up here. Bam, there's the PNG now saved out. And before this, I saved the PSD, so I didn't lose it. And that's why it's called Random Yamaha, I think is what I called it. And so bam, here we are, all this stuff. There, you could either have it with no rotor guard or no hand guards, but I'm going to go with the rotor guard and hand guard combo here. So what I'm doing is naming the fork lower, I believe this is, correctly. So it has to be RMZ 450 and then I believe a dash fork underscore lower dot JM. And so you don't want to have that dash or excuse me, that underscore handguards or underscore rotor guard in there. That won't name the JM correctly in game for you. So I go with RMZ-450 and then it's a dash, I think, and then fork underscore lower dash Yamaha test.jm. So again, naming is very hard. This isn't an easy process. This is why it took so long to try to come up with a way to present it to you guys in a quick and measurable manner, because it's not easy. It's very hard to do. And so here you see me going in and doing that, and then I'm just kind of fast forwarding and doing all the JMs that I need, which are the frame, the swing arm, the fork upper and lower, and then we leave out the plates because then the in-game numbers would write over the skins. But I think there's 4 JMs that you need, and then you need the norm and spec. So that's what I'm showing here, are the norm and the spec. So you have the norm highlighted in this folder. It already comes with a norm and spec. Otherwise, you would need to save it out of Photoshop as a PNG. And then you would need to save it as what I'm about to write it as, which I believe is RMZ 450, and then a underscore, or is it an underscore or dash? I can't really see from my screen, but Yamaha test, and then underscore norm. It always has to end in underscore norm and underscore spec. But that Yamaha test is important because when you write out the name of the PNG, you see how I have RMZ dash Yamaha test dash Kellen. Anything after that dash is just free range, but you have to have that final dash on the regular PNG, or else there's just nothing that's going to happen right. It won't sync up. You'll do this 1,000 times and not get it right, I promise, because I did it that way for years, and I'm just trying to show you guys a quick and easy way to do it really fast. But I highly, 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 highly recommend you jump on the forums and try to figure it out yourself, going to the various tutorials locations of the forums and the models and skin editing and helped sections. There will be more people there to help you out. I don't know everything. So what I'm doing here now is moving everything into this little Yamaha test folder, like so, and then I will eventually find out where I put my SAF creator. See, there's everything in there, and I make it large icon so you can see it all nice and pretty. There's 4 JMs, 1 regular PNG, and then the norm and spec on the end. And I close that, and I'm like, huh, where's my SAF creator? I don't know where it is. And oh, there it is. Okay, good. And so you open your SAF creator, which I will try to remember to include a link in the description this time. You go down and find your Yamaha test folder. Okay, strip all locations from the path, browse, and then you just write it as the SAF that you want to name it. So I just did Yamaha space test.saf, save, and create. And then boom, voila, you have SAF created that is called Yamaha test. And you have your bike ready to go. So we swing it around, and then boom, personal folder opens up. There it is right there on your screen. I'm doing crazy highlighting, and you just take that guy and just plop it right there in your personal folder, and then boom, in a game you go. Bike setup, I've already got the Invisible Man so I can show off the bike, but see, if you look at the bike graphics and you just hover over it and start typing in what the name of the bike is, it'll just go right to where you want. So Yamaha test-Kellen, there it is. Go back, go to new race. I did Temescal by night so I could show it off, and in game we go, and voila, here's the bike. Alright, so that is a quick and brief synopsis how to do it, but again, I please recommend that you go look on the forums to figure out how to do it a little bit better. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And that has been a bike skinning tutorial in MX Simulator, a very quick one by Kellen Brower, and we will see you guys in future episodes of tutorials here on Start Your Systems.